He's broke, he's buying new shoe. He's broke, he's buying new watch. But he has never ever bought you one pure water. And you understand?
You cannot sleep with your 2 eyes closed, knowing that you trust this person. That's when they now say that you should go and invest in him because you want to marry in the
There's
future.
a difference between knowing that he just doesn't want to spend, and he doesn't
When you're
have
building a house
moment,
somewhere, some people are just buying the land. People buy the land together. Some people, I would like for you to have reached foundation level.
Hey guys! It has been
so weird.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Truthandtalespodcast with your favorite host Victoria and
Yemi.
If you guys cannot tell, we are so excited. It has
honestly
been 2 months, Yemi. 2 months that we did a video together.
Yeah, it's 2 months. God. It's been 2 months. Actually,
it's been like a lifetime. It's been like a lifetime, and we are so excited to be finally back. The way I've missed people with Yemi, you guys don't know. Like
even me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
There are days I will see something on Instagram. I'll be like, I cannot talk about this alone. I need Yemi. We need to ask the back and forth. But thank you guys. So many of you have reached out. You've asked what's going on and all of that. In short, I was sharing a video with Yemi, one of the video I was recording with my husband, and someone was asking like, what's going on? It's been a while. Thank you guys so much. Yes, there were certain reasons, part being the fact that I relocated and other reasons that didn't make us to be able to record a video for a while. But guess what?
I think it was not even as much as relocation than the other
exactly. So life happened, but we are back. Okay, we are back.
We're really back.
Honestly, we are back like we never left.
Honestly, we're back like with a bang. I remember the last time when this happened, when it was me that relocated, that I had that long break that we said we're back with a bang. And now that we're doing it again, I feel like it's always me that's always the one that's running away.
Well, we have been fair. It started with me. And honestly, then it was you, and life happened. But we are very grateful.
I'm really grateful. In particular, I'm really grateful that people, and it's even one of the reasons that even like motivated me to want to be like, you know what, let's start filming again, because I'm like, we are loved. You guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for reaching out. But so today we have come back again with juicy, juicy story, the way we always do it. But so I forgot what we used to say. Is there something else? Okay, yes. You guys remember to subscribe, to like, to share the video. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the video about today. And also remember, I almost forgot this one. Remember that we are also available in all of the platforms you listen to your podcast. So make sure that you listen to our podcast if you are not a video person. Okay? All right. Without talking too much, let us get into the nitty-gritty of today's story. So as usual, we have a tale for you today.
Yes.
And Yemi will be taking us through. So Yemi, over to you.
Yes, I have a tale, or we have a tale. Sorry, in fact, this tale is an interesting one, and I think it's a very good one to even start with, because when we said we are back with a bang, this one is really a bang.
This one, Yemi has taken it personal, because she has even started talking before we started this video.
Yes, I was like, you know what, but Victoria was even the one cautioning me, like, we don't usually talk about this topic, so that the reaction will be like real, So I was like really into this one. So you guys, yes. Anyways, let me not waste time today with all the excitement. I'll just go ahead and read the truth for today, okay? So it says, I hear some ladies say they can't build a man. Listen, it is not every woman that will marry a rich man. Okay. Some women are richer than their husbands. If you are the loaded one and is broke but not lazy, he doesn't feel intimidated or jealous by you, and he doesn't mismanage funds. It is not bad to invest in him and let him match your energy. Stop letting unsolicited advices discourage you from helping your husband. If you are in a position to help him grow, please do. The load won't be on only you if he's making money. He will be contributing in paying the bills too. Destiny is different. Don't compare yourself to your friend that married a rich man. Accept your fate and help your husband grow. You know your husband. If you think he's deserving of it, help him. But if he doesn't deserve it, Biko, look away and accept your fate. Yes.
It's okay.
Yes. So today is the day we are talking about the topic of building your man, building your husband, building your boo, building your fiancé. Is it fiancé or fiancé now? Whichever one. Today is that day. So Victoria, what do you think about this before we start? Like, what's your general opinion of this whole situation?
Well, okay, so generally, okay, I don't know, but yeah, sometimes I used to feel like I honestly don't see anything bad in building with your man, okay? Remember I said your man or your husband, right?
Okay.
There is, I mean, to me, I have never been a follower of riches, you know, or money or stuff like that, because
silver and gold.
I think I've already said it. I know we've actually had a conversation like this. I think that was actually one of the first videos that we did, you know, on this channel, when we're talking about, you know, money, and when we're talking about how we met our husband, making the decision and stuff like that. I've always, and I said it, and I always say this, that I always see money as a tool. Money is something you use to do something. Money is not, I don't know. Money has never been like a motivation for me to make a life decision. Never. Okay, because my relationship with money might be weird. Okay, and that's why I've never dated a guy because he has money or lack of it. Okay, and if money was my motivation, I probably should not have married my husband, because when I met him, you know, it is well. But we thank God for where we are today.
Yeah, it is well. It is well. But because if it is well, you know, because it's not as if it wasn't. Anyway, we get into that.
Well, of course. It was not like he wasn't doing anything. No, it was like he didn't have a reasonable source of income.
Excuse me, people. He's a full lawyer.
It's okay.
So let's not mistake it. Okay.
But I'm just saying that if I'm looking for money in the sense of it, like a man who is already established, has the cars, has built his house, has millions in his bank account, which is what you find a lot of millennials wanting, you know, looking for, right? But I think for me, again, your relationship with money differs, but for me, that is my idea of money. Money is a tool, right? So, and I know that you can build together if you find the right person who, of course, has the right motivation, who has the right skills, okay, who has invested in himself to some certain extent, the two becoming one. You know, the Bible says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. Sometimes there are some blessings that it takes marriage to attract, okay? The Bible says one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. When the two of you come together, you are able to, you know, chase more and make more and build together. So I've always been a person that and I think we've said this in one of our videos, that I always want to build. I want to build with my husband. I don't want to marry an already made man and then I'm there. And then tomorrow we say, if not for me, who did you think you were? Not to say that
I picked you from the miry clay.
Yeah, well, you see. So not to say that all already made men are like that. I'm just saying that it's always you know. So I don't really see anything wrong as long as you are doing it with the right person. It's not every man you build with. Remember, she said your man, your husband, you know, your own man, not a person. And this is actually very risky, because you know sometimes you think that this is the person you spend the rest of your life with, and I've seen this happen so much. I've had so many people reach out to me. I did this for him. I loaned him money to build the house, the house that he is now. Look at the story of this bimbo lady in Nigeria, the one who burnt herself. I watched that video and I was crying, like my body was shaking. Like, what will lead a woman to do that, to want to burn yourself, burn your husband, and burn your children in the same house? You understand? But you feel like, oh, I've sacrificed so much for this man and now he's moving on in my life. And that's where people make a lot of mistakes. And that's why God, I always use my mother as a point of reference. She always say, before you give a man 100, make sure that you have 200 in your pocket and stuff like that. But again, sometimes those mindsets we have from our parents and from their relationship, because you also need to be able to detach yourself from your parents' relationship, because the way my husband is not the way my father was, right? But again, the Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct, and I like what she said, because she didn't give any formula that this is how it's supposed to be done. She just gave, like, you know your man, you know the person that you're married to, you know the, you know, and all of that, and then deal with the person accordingly, right? So, but don't let me talk too much. But generally, I don't really think, you know, things is wrong. But what do you think?
Well. You know, like you said, we've had this money discussion before. And for me, I think I've said it before, like, even when I was, you know, the way my husband and I met, when I was giving the person that introduced us to each other, the criteria, I did say I added it as a clause. They rich.
Rich.
What?
By the way, before you continue, if you've not watched the last video on Yemi's channel, you don't know. Mr. Right was on the channel, you guys.
Mr. Right, get out! That's our personal name. Get out, Joe. Anyways, we're moving on.
Guys,
we're moving on. But
the
anyway,
link is in the description box below.
You guys can go and watch it. What do you mean? You can go and watch it. Anyways, yeah, that's right. But when I was, talking to the person that introduced us, I did say that I wanted somebody who is tall, that can answer and rich. I didn't forget that clause. So
everything that my brother is tall is there, that is there, handsome is there, rich is there. So
no, that is no. Let's it is where. Let's put it at
Please
that.
don't be lying. Don't be lying.
My dear, it's not me that know what I'm talking about.
We are seeing the hard work in your body. We are seeing everything. So don't even come here and be saying,
my God. So anyways, I really said I wanted rich because I just and the funniest thing is that if you ask my husband said one day, like he was just we're just teasing and was like, oh, when you come back home and things like that, like this thing I will do for you, that one I will do for you, and things like that. And I was like, my dear, don't do me anything, just send me money. And he not mentioned it that the way I used to talk about send me money, things like that. He has seen me with money and without money, that there's really not much difference. But I thought I accepted that as a compliment. But you guys, I just like to have money, okay? But anyways, I did say I wanted rich. Not because I didn't like the idea of building together with somebody, but the idea of from your very beginning, before we start to build, the foundation that I will start with you with should be
laid.
All right. It should be laid. Like when you're building a house with somebody, some people are just buying the land. People buy the land together. Some people, I would like for you to have reached foundation level.
So you should have bought the land, start the foundation.
I'm not ashamed of this thing.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. Yes.
I would like for you to have reached foundation level, so that if it's this window, let me give a personal example. Like for example, now when I met my husband, before we even got married, he bought his first car. When he bought the car was really priced. I can't remember because I don't even really know cars. He bought his first car and we were already dating at the time. So I knew he was going to buy the car. And then like weeks later, he was like, oh, I should please borrow him so amount. I think, in fact, it's not even so amount. The money is very ridiculous. It's like 10K or 15K or thereabouts that he wants to add it. It's really low on cash. He wants to add it to pay for, is it license plate or one accessory to the car like that. I'm sure it's like something very minute, something really small. And I was like, actually that day I was really broke. I'm always usually very broke. Back in the days I was always very broke because I had bad spending habits, so money was not really staying on my hand, except maybe when I just collect salary, so you can understand why I said I wanted rich, because
you see your life,
thank
God for my brother in your life.
So I had to go and borrow the money from my friend and collected the loan and wanted to give, because I didn't know how to tell him that I don't have money to support you in that area, because he had never really asked me for money on that loan. He had never asked me for money, never. So when he mentioned that, and I knew that it's not that I'll be cruising inside that car, I'll be cruising the car, So I was like, I borrowed it from my friend and I returned it back to my friend and all of that. But the thing is that I'm just saying that it's not like you would not. I've not never built with somebody, but some people might say this building itself is kekere, it's small compared. But I try.
You try.
I made an attempt. So I'm just saying that it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to build with my husband, but I'm just saying that I would prefer that if I'm in a relationship with somebody, in a relationship, I'm dating somebody, I would prefer that he is more economically, financially wise, or financially what's the word now, he has more financial wisdom than me. I said, back in the day when I was dating, I had no financial bad money habits. Ground zero is my money habits. That was just it for me. And again, that was just one of those things that I based my decision on when it comes to money, building your man and all of that. I would love to build with you. I really want us to build together. I would really love to contribute in my marriage, because that was one of the things I didn't like again in my parents, seeing my parents setting. That was why I said I would want to work and all of that. But I just knew that whoever I'm dating, whoever I'm getting married to, he must have at least some money. We will build together, but the level at which I want to join in the building, I want it to be at a certain level. Yeah, I know it's not like very traditional and all of that, but that's just the way I am because of my own bad habits. So I wanted somebody to come and compliment me in that area. And you guys can even give it to me. You should even clap for me, because I was very self-aware to know that I don't know how to spend money. People should give it to me that I need the kind of person I needed, you know? I need the kind of person I needed in my life, you know? So anyways, the truth is that, for me, I'd love to build with a man. Money was a big criteria for me. And yes, we are still building together. Of course, we are still building, we are still doing life together. But for me, like, I would really love for us to start on an area, on the pedestal where it's a bit comfortable for us, that I can still afford the lifestyle of where I'm coming from, you know? So that's just it for me. Another thing is also that I've also dated somebody that I spent more on, not like a lot, because like I said, I didn't even have that much money on, but like I wouldn't go to his place without maybe buying something, or I would maybe spend my own money to go and see the person and all of that. And the person never really gave me in return that much, which was not a problem for me, because at the time I was just like into the relationship. I was just like, you know what, we're cool and all of that. Like, we're not counting score, who is giving more, who is not giving more. But then there was one particular incident that made me realize that this person is not just, maybe this person just didn't see the need. It's not that this person is indifferent. It's actually that this person is stingy. Yes, I was thinking that, okay, because at the time we met, he just started working and all of that. So I even met him when he was a core member. He was still serving at the time, you know. So I would spend my money, and there were times that I didn't, you know, it wasn't a big deal until a point where I saw that this person is actually stingy. It's not as if like something happened and I had to pay my money for him. And he mentioned that, okay, I'll give you the money back. And he didn't give me the money back. And you know, even my friend, I recently just told my friend that that's one of the reasons why I actually broke up with this person. Like, that's the reason. Like, I can't do that. And I just found something to say, and, you know, I was like, no. Because I kept asking for my money, and it was so uncomfortable for me to be asking him, because you're supposed to be the one taking care of me now. What's all this now? So, you know, and I just left that person, because I realized that beneath
let me ask,
not
but
giving,
did he have it that he wasn't giving?
He had it, because at the time, remember I said no, when we're still like dating, it was one that, but he had gotten a job at the time. He was not paying rent. He was still living in his parents' house. So the most you would do, and I knew where he was working. And I knew the salary, how much somebody that is just starting would be earning. I knew. So you have never spent on me before. Maybe just returning my transfer fare. When I come to your house, you give me my transfer fare back, and maybe a little. Like, it wasn't. I won't say I've gotten gifts. I can't even remember any gifts I've got from this person, but I would give, you know, in my own little way, you know. So at that particular instance, and the way the situation is, I don't really want to like explain the whole dynamics of that situation, because everybody will know the person talking around. But he was supposed to like come and take me out and my friends out. And then a situation happened when it was an emergency that I had to pay my money. He got into a situation that we had to rush to the emergency hospital and all of that. I've even said it now. So we had to like go to the emergency and everything. And it was like, I was supposed to like put money down and everything. And I felt so bad that it's in my own setting, it's my own environment that situation happened. So I was really scared that day. When they said, okay, we should put some money down, you know, Nigerian hospitals now, I just brought out my money. In fact, my friend that was with me, she came to see me, like, just to see me in my house at the time. I collected some money from her. So it was a lot of money that I had. It was all of my money that I had. And I was like, oh, he will return it to me. So now when I was looking back at it and I was asking for my money, and it now occurred to me that, wait, you came to take me and my friends out. Then you should have some money. Do you understand? Then you should have some money. So if we were to drop some money, you should have something to at least drop. Yeah. Maybe it may not be enough. Do you get? Maybe it's not enough, then I will support. But okay, you will give me back, or like it just occurred to me that, wait, what's happening here? It was then it just added up that I've never received anything from that. Is this person really like this? I And I can't deal with a stingy person. People know my condition. I can't deal with a stingy person personally. So it just gave me mixed feelings and red flags. And I was like, you know what? This is not something that I want to go. This is not something I want to do. I was just seeing signs of stinginess. Like, there's no way. And even if he wasn't stingy, and he did not always have money to do something for me, then he has poor money management skills. If he's actually being genuine, like, he just doesn't have money to spend on his girlfriend, then he definitely
which is
has
bad, because then the two of you have the same issues.
Exactly, which is bad. But me, I was not even looking at bad money habits for him. I was looking at the fact that this guy is probably stingy, like he won't give. Whereas my husband, when we were dating, my goodness God, you know, I would just be roaming around, be dancing around the bush, and be thinking that I think I'm hungry. I think if I see somebody that will just buy me food like this, I'll just be doing, you know, go around about the circle. And then somebody will just be like, oh, let me just send you something. And it's not like he was always sending me like big money or something, but when I need something, like, he would just reach out and give me something, you know. So it wasn't like,
you know, it reminded me of something I saw on Instagram recently of one celebrity who actually they've done the wedding planning, everything. And then all of a sudden, I saw it on Instagram. I don't even know who the lady is, funny enough, but I know she's a celebrity, so to speak. And she called off her wedding. And she came on Instagram to say she just called off her wedding, that she just realized that the guy is not contributing anything to the wedding. Like, he's so comfortable allowing her spend the whole money, and he's not willing to contribute anything. So your story literally just reminded me of that. And I think there's a difference between knowing that he just doesn't want to spend, and he doesn't have at the moment, or he doesn't have enough at the moment. I agree with the point you made that, you know, a man that cannot pay his rent or cannot afford to eat, I don't think a wife is what he should be looking for. Let's start from there. No, first of all, look for how to be good. When God, if you look at the whole, you know, the way it was done in the Bible, when God first of all made Adam, the first thing God gave Adam was a job. Till the garden, tend the garden. That is what a man is created for. Okay, but when we need to do a video about, you know, family relocation, because these stories I've been hearing. The stories I have been hearing, there was one I heard recently of a man who moved with his wife to the UK, and he decided, and you know the way getting a job, you know, especially getting the role you left Nigeria with in the UK, how hard it is for you to get back to it. The man said, sorry to cut you, but you know, like, we really should do that, and we really should do it soon, because even my husband and I, we like 2 nights ago and last night, we were really talking about that topic, and anyways, it's really important. Sorry, I think I should even leave this story till then. I think we should record this very soon, because trust me, families are going through a lot. Because anyways, let me leave that story. You guys watch that video, okay? Watch it when it comes out, because it's a very, very juicy story. Just subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Okay, they don't need to tell you. you know. Okay. Anyway, so I love what you said about, you know, you should have already have something. Okay, a man who cannot afford to eat, who cannot afford 3 square meals, should not be looking for somebody to come and join him in that problem. Okay, a wife is not your problem. You need to first of all try to find a way to get yourself out of wherever situation that you are in. Okay, we are not saying that. I know me and Yemi, we've talked about this actually. Now I remember. We've actually spoken about this before. Here we said, you know, you should have been able to build to a certain extent. The woman is supposed to be a helper, not to take over your job in the family. So for the woman to be able to help you, you need to have some raw materials. Okay, you need to have the materials, and, you know, at least have been able to do the foundation, like Yemi said, so that she will now help you to build on it. You understand?
Put window, put door.
Yeah, so I totally agree with that point, that before you make a decision on the person to get married, so don't marry a man that is jobless, a man that is lazy. Okay, it's a different. And I've had people who reach out to me on my, you know, Instagram. I remember a particular lady who was she reached out to me, and she was like, you know, the guy is really hardworking, is really trying, and he's been giving his all, and, you know, things are not just working out. They are about to get married,
sometimes life happens.
Yeah, because life happens, okay? They're about to get married, and, you know, he's been applying, he's been trying, he's doing menial jobs here and there and stuff like that. And, you know, she's just worried that when they get married, you know, who says that it's going to get better and stuff like that. And to me, the advice I give her that is, the man hardworking? Does he love you? With the little that he has, does he give to you? Does he take care of you from the little that he has? Do you see the zeal to work? Do you see the passion to work? And then how are you praying? Because, see, the Bible says that many... is what I can't remember. it's the Lord that gives increase. That's the part 2 of the scripture, right? You can toil and toil, right? Except the Lord builds the house, the builder builds in vain. Except a man labor. He said, in vain do you sleep and wake up. You know, if God does not bless what you're doing, so you need the blessings of God, right? It's the blessings of God that make rich and add no sorrow. So you need God's blessings and God's favor on what you are doing for it to be profitable. So there's a place for hard work and there's a place for, you know, for God. You understand? So that you will not end up working and working and working and you don't really find. And that's what I advise that you guys need to pray. You need to find out spiritually what you need to do so that you have wisdom from God. You understand? Because I don't think it's God's will for any of us to, you know, work and not be able to live well. You understand? So anyways, that's why I would say don't marry an unbeliever, okay? Don't marry a person that does not... Do you know there's something I wanted to ask and, you know, really point at. The fact that, okay, should you now build with your boyfriend that is not yet your husband? Because, you know, in this particular truth, the person was laying emphasis on your husband, which for me... If the person is already your husband, you're just richer than him, then you should invest in your husband. That one is a no-brainer. Is your husband already, because the two is already one in the eyes of God. You know, this lady Ibuku Awoshika, she said something one day that in the eyes of God, the husband and the wife, they are one. God can use any channel to bless the family. He can use the wife, he can use the man, because both of you are already one. So my wife is richer than me, my husband is richer than me. In the eyes of God, both of you are one in marriage. You know, that's my husband. So I want to I want us to really, you know, look at that area. Like, should you build with somebody you're just dating in a relationship with, you know, or should you invest, not even build? Should you invest? Because now in this case, the lady is richer than the guy. She's already like, okay. The guy is just the one like upcoming, you know? So should you invest in that kind of person when you're just dating? Because I know some of our viewers that we have different age grades, you know, some people are already married, some people are just like in the dating phase. So what do you think? Like if somebody is dating somebody that needs to be invested on, would you advise somebody to invest on? Because like, you know, the example you just gave now, the lady already said that they are almost like getting married and all of that, and the guy is even doing menial jobs. How about doing you know, anyway, so what do you think about, you know, when you're still dating? I think for me, it was so easy for me to relate with it, because I remember, I've shared this story. When I met my husband, I knew he was driven. I knew he had a vision. I knew he's a hardworking guy. And even though he wasn't earning a lot, as at the time I met him, right, my husband would still do things for me that I'd be like, oh, God, if you do all of this, which money will you use to take care of yourself? Because I was doing okay. When I met my husband, I was earning more than him. Right, I was doing okay for a lady that just graduated school. I was doing very, very well. Right, and you know, but I knew that it wasn't like he wasn't earning. He was earning. He was living okay as a single man. I was living okay as a single woman. But I knew that if we were going to come together, we needed to like set some parameters. We needed to have something. I cannot move into your one bedroom room and a parlor apartment with you. I cannot do this and that. So there were certain things that we knew that we wanted to do, because we have already known that we are planning to get married. Now, could something have happened and we ended up not getting married? Maybe. But that's why, you see, having direction from God is also very, very important. But then again, so continuing with the story, I remember we wanted to there were certain things we wanted to do together, okay? But, you know, the Bible also says that wisdom is profitable to direct, okay? All right. I wasn't dashing him money or giving him money, although sometimes, you know, I give him money, he gives me money. That's, you know, that happened. But when it comes to investment or the things we wanted, like for instance, our wedding, I wanted to plan our wedding. I knew that if I leave the wedding to him, you know, it's not fair to begin with, because he's not the only one getting married. We are both getting married, right? And even though he should take the most of the share of the wedding and all of that, which he did, right? There were certain things that was actually holding down, that wasn't, I cannot explain, but there was some money, like really good money that he was expecting, but because of government, Nigeria was keeping it down at the time. So I knew that there were circumstances that was causing the present situation as at the time, right? So what did we do? We opened an account together, okay? He sends his percentage, I send my percentage. Sometimes my percentage is more, sometimes his percentage is more. And the moment the money that I was expecting dropped, you know, I didn't even have to pay for like 2-3 months. You understand? Because he even told me, don't worry, this money should cover this and that, because you have been doing a lot and stuff like that. So again, first of all, I was certain that this is a person I wanted. I knew we were going to get married, okay? And also, I could already see that even from the little that he had, it was making me a priority in his life. So those things, you would know.
No.
So if you're saying that is because he's broke, he's buying new shoe, he's broke, he's buying new watch, but he has never ever bought you one pure water, and you understand, you will know that one is not a very serious person. But a person who, and then you can tell that he's hardworking, he's really trying. Like this lady who advised me, I told her, pray about it and let God lead you. You understand? But again, it's not everybody that gets married to someone who already has everything sorted out. But is it driven? Is it hardworking? Is he really giving his best at what he does? Okay, and do you understand the circumstances and all of that? As long as that is the case, personally, I don't see anything wrong in helping out the person. But again, you have to apply wisdom. If you want to buy house something that is very, very big, make sure that there is a trail. Make sure that you are not just giving him money. And like I said, for me, we had a joint account. We know that if anything happened today, I'm collecting my money because we both have signatories in the account. You cannot collect it. You understand? Because wisdom is profitable to direct. Even in marriage too. There are certain things you have to use wisdom for. A man that will tell you that everything should be in my name. First of all, that's the first sign that man is in trouble. Okay, if he's saying that he should be giving and he does not want any kind of accountability, and he's saying, don't you trust me? The fact that he's even saying that is a sign of problem. Okay, because it should not be about if I trust you or not. It's just about we are trying to secure a family. So why do you feel uncomfortable for me for this house that the two of us are investing in to be in both of our names? You understand? So to me, back to your question, I don't know if I've answered it.
You have,
personally,
honestly.
I don't see anything wrong in, as long as you know that he's driven, is hardworking, and you understand the circumstances, right? There are a lot of men that didn't have a lot, and after marriage, my family is also a testimony. And after marriage, things will start to look up. You start to, just like Yemi said, you get married and things get better and stuff like that. But I think the reason why many men are running away from marriage today is because they feel like they've not, they are not millionaires yet, and and all of that. But that's me, Sha.
That's true. That's true. I totally agree with you. Like what you even said on the part that you mentioned priority. When somebody prioritizes you, when somebody prioritizes, even Adam said when he see Eve, he said, I see the way it talk. He even was the
for
one
him
that
to eat
named
the apple that God said you should not eat. You know that this man can die for the woman.
You can't imagine. They gave him instruction. You see woman, you can imagine. Like he prioritized her. He was even the one that gave the name that they brought this one. It's not if God woke him up and said, Coco, I brought this woman from your rib or anything. He was the one that knew that something was missing in him, and here it is. So he prioritized her. So if a guy you're dating doesn't prioritize you, you don't see that it's not you cannot sleep with your two eyes closed, knowing that you trust this person. That's when they now say that you should go and invest in him because you want to marry in the future. It's then you now carry your own alawi or the old alawi you have been saving for 5 years. Or the whole money that you are saying you want to invest and just as that money is just equal to doing MMM. You are not you are not sure whether you will reap returns. You are not sure. It's risky. So I think that's the situation where a lot of women take those risks and it doesn't pay off. They did not even calculate. Even the Bible says, is there any man that wants to build a house and first not calculate the cost and consequences and all of that? So there are times that yes, you would like I don't see anything wrong in even your friend. Sometimes, even your friend, you can actually help them grow. You can actually invest in your friends. Not talk more of somebody that you're dating. It's not really a problem. But when you know that this person does not prioritize you, and wherever we put in something, we have expectations. Everybody wants returns on their investment. Don't say I'm doing it for God. You even when you're doing it for God, there's this hope that God is a rewarder of everybody who trusts in Him. You know that. So when you say I'm doing it for God, I was doing it for God that year, and when He now betrays you, you might be like, after all I've done for Him. So those are the things that actually causes problems with women back in the days when they don't actually think before they go and invest. They're just all in the, this guy is nice guy, it's the person I'm dating, let me invest in him. And most times, it doesn't work out.
But that's the thing, though, that's the problem I have. I don't think, I don't know, when you say invest in a person, I don't know if that's the way you should be looking at it. For me, I was investing in our future home, our future marriage.
Because so anything you have the assurance that people will marry you. Hey,
exactly.
You have the assurance.
But that I'm investing, I'm dashing you money that I'm going to carry my whole life savings and give you to do however you like. Please.
You know?
And most times when you see women who come out with, some of these stories, when they actually tell you the story, you realize that you were just like, you didn't use wisdom. Yeah. That's it. Because you will see stuff like, it doesn't have a job, and then it's sitting down in the house, it doesn't help them out, if a man does not have a job and is sitting down being comfortable, it's a red flag. My sister, run for your life.
You know the funniest thing is now that I just remember that, that car that my husband, I was saying he brought his first car. Yeah. It wasn't up to 3 months that car got stolen. It wasn't up to 3 months that car got. Let me give it max, maybe 6 months that car got stolen. Like, wow. It was. Now, I'm not imagining that I was the one that maybe my husband came and it was like, oh, let's say I was loaded one and my husband came and be like, oh, my boyfriend came and be like, oh, I really need a car. Cannot be using legs to walk up and down. And I said, you know what? I have some money in the bank. Let me just give you. And, so that you can go and buy the car. And it's not even as if he intentionally wants to do, and the car gets stolen. Investment has not gone like that. Investment has not gone like that. How will you hold him? Yeah, how will you hold him?
How will you hold him? Which mouth will you use to say that? They will not say you're a wicked woman.
You get. So, there are times that definitely, there are times that you even gamble something that even it is outside of that person's control. You see people giving their boyfriend money to invest in a business because you see the potentials and the business goes down. Is it his fault? Even when people don't marry eventually, is it his fault that business went down? Poor management, yes, but sometimes things happen. So that's where wisdom comes in, where you really need to.
And that's why you find a man that is worthy enough for you to be able to do that. Yes. And I like that's what she said. If you think he's worth it, if you know in your heart, and that's the thing again, you are not led by your feelings. You are not led by I love him, I love him does not help. Okay? If you are led in the spirit, for me, it was a matter of like, have the Holy Spirit, because if you have the Holy Spirit, you just know when something is right. You know in your heart that okay, this is worth you should do putting my investment in or whatever, or this relationship is worth me putting my investment in, and you just have wisdom, you just have direction and stuff like that. Because honestly, if you just do it based on you love him, but you know in your heart of hearts that the guy does not really send you like that, like your story, Yemi, there's someone that is in the hospital but cannot remove his own money to help himself.
Money.
That one is hard though. It's hard though. No, but I'm not advising you to go and deal with that kind of a person. So the moment you start to recognize patterns, okay? Most of this, I'm like, date a guy long enough to know who he is, to know his habits before you start to put in too much into the relationship. And that's why I said being friends. And I always say this, being friends before being lovers really helps you to see things. Because the moment feelings get involved, they see. The person that said love is blind, even though I don't believe in that philosophy, but the person is not really wrong. Because to be honest, sometimes when you are in love, you don't see things. Have you not been in a relationship that you're like, when you were in it, you're like, this way I die. And then you end up breaking up. Months later, you're looking back at, me too. I dated this person. It has happened to me several times. But when you are in it, you don't really realize. You don't really see that person is not really as fine as you think he is. You understand? So, but yes, love will make you do stupid things. And that's what I always say. We always say, start with friendship. Yeah. In friendship, you build understanding. Be friends long enough. Or even if you are in relationship, date long enough to know his patterns, his spending habits, his his work ethics and stuff like that, and then decide if this is something that is worth you investing in, right? So don't just enter. And you see many ladies, they started a relationship today, tomorrow there was a girl, hey Jesus,
they want to secure their position. That's why they are investing. When the investment now goes wrong, they'll not be like the guy
which position are you securing? If the man is meant for you, you don't need to do any security.
That's it. That's most times.
Why will I be trying to secure a man? Anyways, there was one I saw yesterday. Yemi, this is the height of stupidity I've ever seen in my life. This girl, she tattooed the face of her boyfriend, not temporary tattoo, like with the needle. The face of her boyfriend on half of her face. And then she tattooed him. I'm not joking, and then she tattooed him in her hand. In my mind, I'm like, no husband though. Even if his husband is stupidity, okay? But then he's now boyfriend. On your face, that's the height of stupidity that exists in this life.
Markets, where that one go? Where do you see markets?
Not even on your back. Not even somewhere you can wear clothes and cover. On your face. I'm like, and they will give you breakfast tomorrow. You come and
well, thank God for the power of
in short, if I'm the boyfriend, and I see a girl do that, I will run for my life, because if he mistakenly break up with that girl, she will kill himself and kill herself. Because that's where people get. This one, is she not a psycho? You went to tattoo a whole. Even the mother that gave birth to him, God did not tattoo him on his face. You put half of your face and tattooed your husband's face. Your boyfriend's
securing
face
the place.
on
secure,
it.
So
you enter relationship yesterday. Today you have sent him all your life savings. Sister.
Okay.
Wisdom is profitable to direct.
It's just like my own final word is just like that acrimony movie, where the lady put in our father's all the money they put in trust for her. She gave it to the guy. The guy said, I cannot be walking around in school. She bought a car for him. She did everything.
How many cars do you have? You are buying car for a man. Which Okada have you bought for yourself?
They want to secure the place. You don't understand. People will go all the way, not just to invest in their husband or in their boyfriend.
Now everybody got job breakfast.
They will not just invest in the boy, they will invest in his family. You have not seen the case where they will invest in borrow money to pay for the sister's wedding, just so that she will show the guy that I'm very supportive. People go there to secure their position. But anyway, and God will be with us. At the end of the day, if you're going to be investing in somebody that you people are in a relationship, be sure, let it be Holy Spirit inspired. Be sure, be certain that there's somewhere here. And if you know that you still have, out of the magnanimity of your heart, you still want to invest, make sure that you're investing in such a way that you would have no regret in the future, and you'll not be like, it didn't do. Make sure you're investing in a way that if things don't work out, you can truly let go. And don't hold into that investment that you made, because it is of your own free will. Nobody can ever force, except they use jazz. Nobody can ever put a gun on your neck and play, except in those extreme cases. But really, nobody, send you message. So don't make sure that you don't have regret or, hold them to it if things go wrong. And if it is your husband, at the end of the day, I would say invest in that person, because it is your husband. Is the father of your children, or even if you don't have children, if that's your companion, that's your person, you should invest. Because if when you decided to marry the person, he probably was doing well, or even if he was not doing well and you were the one that was doing well, why would you get tired now?
Exactly.
God is the one that will continue to reward our good work. So if it is your husband, keep doing it, keep going.
Because the two of you have become one.
You're already one. That's just what I would say.
But again, let me add to that one. Also use your head, though. It's you that know the man you marry. Don't go. When the moment you start to see things like maybe he's carrying women up and down, you cannot trace his movement. You are giving him money today, you cannot account for the money. Please don't say because of marriage. Start to invest in yourself tugh. Invest in your children's future. Do you know we have an episode like that where we talk about greed and money? When a man is greedy. Yeah, we have an episode like that. You so go and watch that episode.
I've done a lot on this podcast channel. We have done a lot.
We have. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are so grateful to have you here. Let us know how many of you guys are excited to see us back. We are excited to see all of you again and to read your comments. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share. Make sure you invite your friends, your families, your enemies to watch this video. And remember also we have our personal channel. Yemi's channel is Yemi Ayodeji. You guys go and watch Yemi's last video with our husband. You guys will laugh. Victoria. And then my own channel is Victoria Fashion.
More fans so that he will come back more.
Yes, so you better even go and watch so that Mr. Ayodeji will be coming again. Anyways, guys, remember also we are on all of your podcast platforms. Make sure you follow us on our podcast and our podcast platforms, okay? Thank you guys once again for watching. Until we meet again, we still remain your favorite host, Victoria and
Yemi.
Yay! We'll see you guys again. Bye.
Bye.